Welcome to the South Texas Youth Soccer Association Academy Program Curriculum. The purpose of the curriculum is to provide clubs with a roadmap on how to structure an academy program. The curriculum will provide the coaches the necessary tools in order to develop an age-appropriate training session. It will also outline the importance of long-term planning in order to impact the player's future. The Coaching Education Department will release sample activities for the next 10 weeks. Each activity will be designed around a specific topic, providing the coaches a step-by-step guide on how to teach a specific technical and tactical concept. The first week's topic is dribbling. The first activity is a warm-up. Every activity will be laid out in the same manner. You will have a diagram, you will have an objective, you will have a description, you will have specific coaching points that you will need to address, it will have a target age group, number of players needed per activity, equipment, intensity from 0 to 10, 10 being the max, and the time allocated for the activity. The time will have the amount of work, the amount of rest, and the amount of repetitions you have in each one of the sets. Let's go over the first exercise. The first player in the group will dribble around the cone and back. Your objective as a coach will be to teach this player to manipulate the ball with the inside or the outside of the foot to approach the cone. As they approach the cone, they slow down, use the outside foot to turn and go around it and then come back. You can teach them using the different surfaces of the foot, the inside or the outside of the foot, but the main focus for you would be the mechanics of the body. Keeping your shoulder going first to be able to keep the ball under control and under the body all the way through the cone. If the ball is away from the body, that means their shoulders are up and they're running straight instead of leaning over it and running with it. A progression for this exercise will be for the player now to dribble to the second cone. And now they are running with the ball. They're going to be using their laces to push the ball, and your focus will be the body mechanics to make sure that they keep their stride. As they're running with the ball, their stride should remain. As they approach the cone, they slow down, turn, go around, and run back. The second activity will be a progression of the first one. Now in this case, we're going to have multiple 1 versus 1 inside the grid. And the idea is you have a large grid, so now players can dribble in multiple directions. The players within the grid will make the space smaller and will force the player dribbling to keep their head up at all times. So it's not just about beating this player, but it's also about being aware of what's around him. The objective will be to try to teach how to address the players to engage the defender. As you are approaching the defender, it has to be done with speed. As you get close to the defender, you slow down, you manipulate the ball or your body to fake the defender out, force them to move in one direction or another, and then accelerate in a different direction to try to beat the opponent. As one player beats the opponent, they leave the ball and then retreat back to the middle slowly. This exercise should not be back and forth, back and forth. You should allow them enough time to recover. So the 1v1 should last around 5 to 10 seconds, and they should rest for at least 15 to 20 seconds depending on if you go 5 or 10. This will keep the players fresh and will keep the focus on beating the defender versus fatiguing the players in the long run. Let's take a look at the third activity now. Each activity should progress from one to the other, keeping with the same theme on dribbling all the way through. This activity is going to be a 5 versus 5 plus a goalkeeper and a neutral player for the blue team. It'll be played on a half a field of a 7 versus 7 size field. This is not a full size field. The idea of the game will be for the red team to try to dribble and penetrate and score. The blue team will score by playing the ball to the target, receiving the ball back, and then dribbling through into the end zone. Your coaching points will remain the same. learning how to dribble if you have space running with the ball, learning to engage the defender and slow down as you get close, manipulate the ball, fake the defender out, and try to beat the opponent. Your activity should last around 20 minutes, with 2 6-minute halves and 4 minutes in between to rest. Your field size is going to be a 7 versus 7 field, and depending on the number of players, you can set up a field on this end as well. Keep in mind that your focus from the beginning activity to the last activity should be the same. Dribbling in the warm-up, dribbling in the small-sided, dribbling in the expanded. Your complexity changes from one to the other. You should always finish with a game. At the end, have them play 7 versus 7 for 2 10-minute halves. Give them a 5-minute halftime, and during that halftime, ask them questions about how they're dribbling, how they're engaging the defender. Are they dribbling to take the space? Keep your focus throughout the whole session on dribbling. This will ensure that the players at the end of the training session comprehend the concept of dribbling. Thank you for taking your time and viewing the first Academy program lesson plan. We will have more in the future. Please visit our website at www.stxsoccer.org. Under the Programs tab, you will find Academy. Underneath that tab, please click the link and register so we can email you the printable PDFs.